Hello viewers, this is Alex, your preferred cosmetologist. I want to take some time to discuss pH. So when we discuss this pH, we just need to understand pH refers to potential hydrogen of a substance and is measured using a pH scale. So why is it important as a cosmetologist to understand the pH? It's important because pH reacts differently. Our hair pH reacts different to different products. For example, we want to find out which products will force the cuticles to open, or which products will force the cuticle to close, and what do you do? And also we want to look at water. So to understand this better, I want to use the chart here to help us understand. So I've just said the pH scale refers to potential hydrogen of a substance and is measured using a scale. This scale runs from 1 to 14. On this side, on this side, we have the pH of the hair, which could be between 4.5 and 5.5. This is where your pH of the hair is, and it could vary from individuals. So I want again to say I'm referring to pH of normal hair. There are certain substances in life, there are certain situations in life that this will change. For example, a normal person who is not taking any medication will have a pH of 4.5 to 5.5, an average of 5. However, if you are consuming medication, for example, you are taking products that are alkalinic in nature, your drugs, you'll find that the pH of your hair will rise from 5 and it will move on the alkaline side. Why? Because of the medication you are using. Remember, we said inside your skin, there's what we call hair root. Under hair root, we have things like papilla, which supplies your body with the nutrients. So if it supplies with your body with the nutrients, it means whatever is in your blood system will get into your hair and will come to the scalp. So if normal is at 5 or 4.5 to 5.5, if you are taking drugs that are more of an alkaline based, it will move on this side. If you are taking drugs that have a different, they may be acidic, it will move on this side. So it will keep on changing depending on the activities or what is happening in your body. Now, normally, if you are using water, pure water, we are here now, pure water should give you a neutral. But again, in most cases, you find because of different things happening, activities, most of the water we use, it's above 7 points. It should be 7 there, 7 point something, and so on. So this water is alkaline in nature. It means this water you are using alone will have an impact on your cuticles. What are cuticles? Maybe if you look at this diagram here, the cuticles, I'm referring to these shells, this outer covering of the hair. These cuticles are very important because when they open, it's now when you get your products and let's say the treatments you are using in, and when it closes, nothing gets in. So they are set in a way that they can regulate themselves. We normally say hair is hygroscopic. It's able to regulate itself. But if you have damages on these cuticles, your hair loses that hygroscopic. So it's not able to regulate. So it could either take in more water and so on. Another thing I need you consider is, let's say you are using shampoos that are not pH balanced. The shampoos in the market, most of them are above 8 on the pH scale. So what happens? Your shampoos will force the cuticles to open. So I want you to pay attention to this part between 7. Let's just look at 7 and around 8. 7 and around 8, you'll notice these cuticles have opened. Now, for you to understand, relate these cuticles to these cuticles here. This is how your cuticles should be. But the moment you shampoo your hair with an alkaline-based shampoo, your cuticles will open on the opposite side, and you'll find that a lot of water is getting in, and that is coming out. So you need to close these cuticles. So for you to close these cuticles, your hair, remember, it has now moved from here. It's at pH 7 point something or 8. Some shampoos are too alkaline. You may find they're even at 8.5. It would mean the moment you finish shampooing your hair, you now need to apply a treatment or a condition that has a similar pH to your hair. This means you need to use a treatment or a condition that has a pH of around 4.5 to 5.5. So this will close the cuticles. So the worst would happen if you are relaxing your hair. Now look at the cuticles, how they look like at 4.5. We go back to X. This is how your cuticles are looking like. Now look at the cuticles where we've said alkaline here. Let's use Y. So the cuticles at Y, they are wide open, very wide open compared to the cuticles here. Why? It's because you've applied a relaxer that has a higher pH. Most relaxers will give you pH between 12 to 14. This is what happens. Now, some of the alkaline palming lotions, or what you call Calcit, will give you around a pH for up to around 10, which will still open your cuticles. So what happens next? It means we need to rinse out the relaxer. Once we rinse out the relaxer, now we need to try a way of bringing back your hair to normal at 4.5. Now, the truth be told, the cheap neutralizers we have in the market have no ability of returning your hair back to 4.5. No. And that's why if you look at the super brands, they have an additional step that they bring in. Some of these additional steps, they have many names, but it's besides the neutralizer, there's something else. Some people call it a normalizer. Other people call it a positive link. It is designed to push your hair back to 4.5. If not, it would mean once you relax your hair and just use a normal neutralizer, or you don't neutralize your hair properly, your cuticles will open, will close, maybe up to somewhere here, but they will not get back here. So once you have your cuticles in this state, it means your hair will face a number of challenges. One, your hair will lose a lot of moisture. Again, your hair will have a lot prone to tangle because the cuticles were left wide open. So understanding pH is something that you really need to do in your daily life. I want to come back again and discuss pH in relationship to relaxer, or tell you why your hair can still break after relaxing. So let's just continue with this conversation of pH. But this time, we want to relate to pH, why your hair will break after relaxing. And I had just mentioned something about us not getting back the hair where it's supposed to be. Naturally, our hair has a negative charge. The products we use, they have a positive charge. So this relaxer, if you look at in terms of positivity, it means the relaxer we've used, it's highly charged with positive electrons. So it means it's highly charged, our hair is on negative. So again, part of the process of neutralizing, it's now to try and balance so that we can now reduce the positivity in the hair and get it back to where it's supposed to be. So I just explained. The mistake we are having is most of us in the salon, we are not first rinsing using water. So when you rinse out relaxer using neutral water, you try and eliminate a lot of traces with water. So by the time you come and apply your neutralizer is now able to finally get rid of the remaining traces, and that's why you'll see the color pink. But I've just explained, in the market, from where I sit and what I know, most companies, they've not manufactured neutralizers that have ability to move your hair from this positive end and get it back to where we are supposed to be at 5 or between 4.5 and 5.5. And that's what I told you now. The super manufacturers have come in with a third step. Some call it positive link, others call it a normalizer, and so on. The purpose is to balance the pH. Why? It's because they want as much as possible for us to have our cuticles moving from here back to here. But sometimes things happen. So if you are left here, it means your hair will not be normal again. Remember, look at this hair. Go back at X. Then look at your hair at somewhere there. Still, you'll see a differences in the cuticle arrangement. So for us to have a hair that will not break after relaxing, we need to work hard so that after this chemical service, our hair returns back to normal. Something else that I want to tell you, I want now we relate to the reason why, we relate pH to the reason why sometimes when you relax your hair will backfire. That's where we start.